Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. The market is going to flip from extreme fear, which is what's being experienced at the moment. I mean, not by me. I'm feeling great, but the market is going to flip from extreme fear to extreme greed. And probably, perhaps a bit sooner than later. Because look, even if, and it's all relative as I say that could mean a lot of different things to different people, but even if we have to wait weeks or months, to me, that's nothing. Because look, I've been holding XRP since November 2017, so whenever it moons fine. I'm just going to be a patient adult in the meantime. I can certainly handle that. But I want to share with you in this video some additional indications that, like, historically the market's doing exactly what it should be doing, what we'd expect it to, and this there's just indications as a result that there is going to be one final leg up. And so I had this article titled, Bitcoin Historical Volatility Fractal Points to Brewing Bullish Explosion. And I know that's about Bitcoin, but XRP is moving with the rest of the market. And it happens to be my largest hold, and I don't know about you guys, but I think it's going to be worth a fortune here. Also, I want to talk about the Spark token. How high do you think that the price of the Spark token is going to rally this market cycle? Because look, we don't have a release date for it yet, but allegedly it's going to come out at some point this month, the initial distribution. How high do you think it's going to go? Well, people are talking about that on social media, on Twitter specifically, so I wanted to run through that. And then I also have some other random comments on various market-related things from a few chart analysts. So plenty to talk about here, but I do want to be clear at the outset, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who likes to make YouTube videos as a fun hobby, but that's all that's going on here, damn it. XRP, as I record this, is at 63 cents. Bitcoin is at $33,701. Market cap for the asset class, 1.4 trillion, and Bitcoin dominance at 45%. Look, I won't be surprised if Bitcoin dominance, based on what some analysts are saying, I won't be surprised if it goes up a little higher, but eventually you just wait. You know, XRP and every other altcoin on the planet is going to start popping off at some point in time. I firmly believe that. But in the meantime, not so much. Here we go. Here's the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index. It's at 20 out of 100, indicating extreme fear. I feel like every time I've checked this over the last 4 days, it's been at exactly 20. And I'm just like, who is feeling this way? Like, I know there are fearful people out there, but I'm feeling fantastic. You know, if anything, I want to be in greed mode right now. But you just see all these people that are just loading up on Bitcoin now. Take a look at this. I wanted to highlight just a part of this article. This is the one titled Bitcoin Historical Volatility Fractal Points to Brewing Bullish Explosion. Yes, it does indeed. All throughout nature, there are fractal-like patterns that repeat again and again. Price action in financial assets commonly exhibit such repeating behavior, such as cycling between bear and bull markets. Yes, and so like I've been saying, like, to all these people that are panic selling, do you genuinely believe that the market, while in extreme fear right now, will never flip to extreme greed again? Because you better believe that if you're selling. I'm not telling you to buy or sell or hold, but I'm just saying, for these people that are selling here, if you don't believe that we're never going to enter extreme greed again, if you don't believe that, fine. But man, you're going to bet against like the existence of the entire asset class? That just doesn't make a lick of sense to me. And so anyway, Bitcoin is no different and is known for patterns that appear again and again. Looking back at the historical volatility indicator on weekly timeframes, we may have one of those instances brewing. And then we got a chart on the screen indicating some historic action here. Now, during the previous bull market, which is clear the current cycle isn't quite following in terms of only up price action, after one of the largest shakeouts, volatility finally held up, fell above a key level and kickstarted the last leg of the bull market. Yeah, and so for those of you that were around last market cycle, and I was only around for the very tail end of it, I know, though, that there was a lull in price action in... I'd have to look at the chart to be sure, but I believe it was just summer of 2017. I believe there were a few months in there where there wasn't a ton happening. So it had a major rally for the first portion of 2017. Then it kind of... at some point there was a notable pullback. I'm admittedly pulling from memory, but I do remember that being the case. Just having looked at charts after the fact, and but ultimately, what happened? Because think about it. From January 2017 until let's call it late November, Bitcoin went from like what $1,000 to $10,000, but then in the last several weeks of 2017, it got all the way up from 10,000 to $20,000. And so the most exciting action, it happens over a shorter period of time, but we've got that to look forward to here. I don't think anybody thinks they're actually in a bear market right now. Okay, so we just had the shortest bull market in the history of the crypto asset class. Oh, okay, guys, that doesn't make any damn sense to me, though. But anyway, anyone who had assumed it was the peak of the cycle would have been left in the dust as Bitcoin churned out another 900% plus of bull market ROI and volatility went parabolic. Bitcoin is back and trying to hold above a very similar support line, and if successful, should send volatility back along a parabolic curve along with price action. That would put the top of the current bull cycle at around December, which historically has marked a significant top or bottom every year since 2017. And then they wrap up the article by stating, still think history doesn't rhyme? Well, no, it does. And I've been saying that for some time. Like, they actually are hitting the nail on the head here. So if Bitcoin's really going to top off this market cycle in December this year, that could mean that XRP starts flying around that time, even though XRP, in all likelihood, is going to top out after Bitcoin. Because, mind you, XRP hit its previous all-time high January 4th, 2018. So a couple weeks or so after Bitcoin hit its top. And actually, most cryptocurrencies went parabolic after Bitcoin hit its top. So, and a lot did before, but still, most actually, they hit their tops after Bitcoin. So it's going to be interesting to see this. Now, here's a tweet that I found interesting. This is from my fellow XRP YouTuber, the Blockchain Backer. And he wrote, "This is literally insane. This is a big driver for inflation in the months to come, as the prices for these goods will need to be marked up to cover the cost of shipping." And so what's he talking about? There's this little screen grab from another account, Zero Hedge, showing container ship rates skyrocketing. And so that's going to hit just about everything that you could possibly buy in the world. And so what's that going to look like in the in the months to come? I think the Blockchain Backer's right. I had not seen this chart ever, and I thought it was sufficiently fascinating just to plug into this video real quick. But look at that. If you can look at your screen, you're not like, driving or something. Take a gander. That's bonkers. Oh my gosh. Here's a tweet from chart analyst Leb Crypto, who wrote, "No bullish sentiment at all from my end before at least 2 consecutive daily closes above $36,000 for Bitcoin," right there. And here's the chart that he shared with that. So look, we're still just ranging, and it's not as exciting as most of the rest of 2021 has been. But this is the most important time to pay attention, which is why I keep saying to anybody that's still, tracking what's going on in the world of crypto, genuine kudos to you. It's the time to pay attention. Here's a tweet from Michael Vandepop, chart analyst. "Long-term holders are accumulating Bitcoin heavily again, so should you." And here's the chart that he shared. You can see Bitcoin total supply held by long-term holders. I'm telling you, the way that these people behave, it's a good indicator. It's a good metric to look at, right? These people sure as hell don't think that we're in a bear market. I think it's fair to assume that. Michael Vandepop also wrote in a separate tweet, "Bitcoin above $100,000 end of year." Yeah, I think that Bitcoin will do a little bit of face melting, but XRP is going to be the true face melter. You just wait. I mean, the price action from bottom to top last market cycle for XRP was, what was it, like 78,000% or something stupid like that. It's going to be ridiculous. Here's a tweet from Kaleo, chart analyst. "LOL, people still have Bitcoin bids at $20,000 they think are going to get filled." Yeah. I know, it's kind of fun. Like, it's not literally impossible for that to happen, but I would be rather shocked. I think it's highly improbable that you're going to see a $20,000 Bitcoin before this market cycle climbs up dramatically further. So, no, I don't find that to be likely. Here's a tweet from my fellow XRP YouTuber Dusty BC, who wrote, "What's your Spark token price prediction?" And so I'll share with you mine. I do have a price prediction for that. I retweeted that and I wrote $11 billion. I think it's achievable. I think I nailed it right there. So there's a lot of different sentiments. So I want to talk about this. It's all over the place. People thinking that it's going to be like horrible upon launch because everyone's just going to be dumping it. It's going to be like 7 cents. I saw somebody wrote that. Other people are talking about it going $10 to $13. Some person, I saw one around here that said like $1,200, which seems a little bit bonkers to me. But here's what I'll say on this. I'm not going to pretend to know what's going to happen upon launch. There certainly is a chance that you're going to see a price not do so well because people that want out are just going to sell it. I mean, it's a free gift, you know, if it's getting airdropped to you, I understand that. But once this is all out in the wild, once all of the Spark tokens are out there, which unfortunately is probably going to take a few years, you know, if you're talking about a supply that's in line with how much XRP is out there in terms of circulating supply, whatever XRP can hit, the Spark token can hit. I would believe that. Now, it doesn't mean for sure there will be as much demand, but in a general sense, I don't see fundamentally a reason that couldn't occur. So if you're talking about XRP this market cycle getting up to at least, you know, $10 to $13 like the blockchain backer says, well, why couldn't you see a Spark token at those levels? And so, you know, this is assuming that it is globally adopted in a meaningful way, being traded on a lot of cryptocurrency exchanges the world over. But I think that's going to happen. It seems to me like this is the most backed airdrop in the history of the crypto asset class, as far as I know. If you can find another one that has more backing than this right out the gate, let me know and I'll be happy to talk about it. I haven't seen it, and I've asked this on the channel before a number of times, and I haven't seen anything in the comments anyway. Maybe I missed it, but I think this is the biggest one in the history of the crypto asset class here. So as far as this market cycle, look, if the Spark token really does come out this month, or at least before this bull run's over, so, you know, at some point this calendar year, I don't see why it wouldn't rally. I mean, it does kind of depend on the degree to how, as far as how high it goes. It kind of depends on to what degree it's being traded, like how many exchanges is it going to be on. So it doesn't mean that it'll just magically match the whatever XRP price ends up being this market cycle, but in the short term, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, hell, we already got the IOU that ran above $2 this year. The IOU of the Spark token. So I don't think it's bonkers at all to be talking about, you know, Spark token getting up at some point to over $10 or $20 or $30. I don't know if it's going to happen, and I don't know that it would happen necessarily this market cycle, and you're not going to have everything in circulation for another, you know, few years or so. But I will patiently hold. I will be happy to patiently hold. It looks like this is actually genuinely going to be adopted in a meaningful way, and there is actual utility with the Spark token, so how about that? But you guys let me know what you think in the comment section below. Would love to hear what your expectations are for XRP and the Spark token, but I'll wrap up here. I am not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo!